Attention passionate New York Giants fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on New York Giants' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true New York Giants fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and New York Giants fans. Let's get to the news in what could be one of the most shocking rumors of the NFL offseason. Whispers are swirling that the Philadelphia Eagles might be open to trading A.J. Brown to the New York Giants. That's right, Brown, a top-tier receiver who's been a game-changer for Philly, could be heading north in a move that would shake up the entire NFC East. Now, it's important to say that these are just rumors for now, but the speculation is gaining traction, and it's rooted in some pretty compelling reasons. The Eagles, who have been one of the most aggressive teams in recent years, are reportedly considering trading Brown in exchange for a first-round pick plus a third-rounder, a move that could help them free up cap space and continue their rebuild with a focus on other key areas. Let's take a moment to understand the context here. The Eagles are sitting at a 9-4 record, which is impressive, but they've also been dealing with some issues, especially on the defensive side of the ball. Their secondary, for example, has been giving up big plays, allowing an average of over 215 passing yards per game, which is a concern heading into the playoffs. Philadelphia has a lot of talent, no doubt, but they're also in a bit of a cap squeeze, with about $48 million in cap space. They're looking to be more flexible. Trading A.J. Brown makes a lot of sense from that perspective, especially if they want to prioritize other key players like Jalen Hurts and Devonta Smith, who both have been phenomenal. Now, from the Giants' perspective, this could be an absolute game-changer. Adding A.J. Brown to their roster would give Daniel Jones a true alpha receiver, someone who can take over games with his explosiveness and route running. Brown, who's just 28, has been one of the most consistent and elite wideouts over the past few seasons, with nearly 800 receiving yards and 52 touchdowns in his career so far. His PFF grade has been consistently high, sitting at an impressive 88. 6 for his career, and he's known for his yards after catch ability, averaging around 2.4 yards per route run and 400 yards after catch per season. That kind of YAC ability would be a huge boost for the Giants' passing game, which has been somewhat inconsistent but shown flashes of potential this season. In 2025, Brown's numbers are projected to be even more impressive, with over 300 yards receiving and around 9 touchdowns, averaging nearly 7 yards per reception and 94 yards per game. Not only that, but his target share has been around 30%, meaning he's a primary focus for defenses. His playmaking ability is top-notch, with a top 4 yards per route run ranking, and he's a big play threat with 38 explosive plays last season. His injury history is minimal. He's had a shoulder injury before, but nothing serious that has kept him off the field for long. What makes this even more intriguing is how the Giants could use Brown to elevate their offense. They've been trying to find that consistent big play threat, especially with Neighbors sidelined, and Brown's addition would bring immediate YAC boosts and stretch defenses vertically. His presence could turn their passing game from a modest 180 yards per game into a much more explosive 250 yards, increasing their EPA per target by about 23%. Imagine Daniel Jones with a receiver who can win against man coverage at an efficiency rate of 92%, a true matchup nightmare. This would be similar to the Raiders' move in 2025 when they traded for Davante Adams, which added around 170 yards to their passing game. For the Giants, this could be the piece that finally unlocks their offensive potential and helps them challenge the division rivals in a big way. Furthermore, the Giants' defense, which has been giving up around 29 points per game, could benefit from having more mismatches on offense, allowing them to focus on their strengths on defense and generate more turnovers. The addition of Brown could help project the Giants to reach around 300 receiving yards, adding a dynamic element that defenses would struggle to contain. It's not just about adding yards, it's about changing the entire offensive dynamic. Brown's ability to excel in high-leverage situations, especially in the playoffs, makes him a true X-factor. His 8 yards per target in playoff games last postseason shows he rises to the occasion, and that kind of explosiveness could be the difference-maker in tight games. Looking ahead to the Super Bowl odds, the Giants' chances would skyrocket with a player of Brown's caliber. Currently, betting odds for the Giants to win Super Bowl LXI hover around plus 20, but with Brown, those odds could improve significantly, maybe to plus 6, 500 or better, especially if he proves to be the missing piece for a deep playoff run. His ability to stretch the field and create big plays would give Daniel Jones a true weapon, forcing defenses to game plan around him, which in turn opens up opportunities for other receivers and running backs. The impact of a player like Brown can't be overstated. He's not just a receiver, he's a catalyst for the entire offense. Of course, there are some skeptics. The Eagles might be hesitant to part ways with such a talented player, especially one who's still in his prime, but the cap space and strategic considerations might outweigh the sentiment. Philly's focus on their offensive line, which has struggled with 41 sacks allowed, indicates they're prioritizing protecting Jalen Hurts and improving their overall line play. Selling high on Brown now, while they can still get significant draft capital, seems to be a strategic move for the Eagles as they look to sustain their competitiveness in the long term. For the Giants, acquiring Brown would be a statement move. It would send a clear signal that they're serious about competing now, not just rebuilding. Daniel Jones would finally have the weapon he needs to fully unlock his potential, especially with the added YAC threat Brown provides. This kind of upgrade isn't just about one player. It's about shifting the entire offensive philosophy and making a statement in the NFC East. The division has been dominated by the Eagles in recent years, but with Brown on board, the Giants could turn the tide and establish themselves as serious contenders again. In terms of their current roster, the Giants have been building steadily, with promising performances from players like Saquon Barkley, who has been PFF rated at an impressive 88. And their defense showing signs of improvement. But what they've been missing is that game-breaking wide receiver who can take over a game. Brown could be that guy. His ability to win against man coverage and make explosive plays aligns perfectly with the Giants' need for a dynamic offensive weapon. Plus, with a cap space of around $75 million, the Giants have room to make this move happen without sacrificing their future flexibility. This move could be a turning point, not just for this season, but for the team's trajectory over the next few years. Overall, this rumor, whether it materializes or not, highlights just how aggressive and strategic both teams are trying to be in this offseason. The Eagles are trying to keep their window open, focusing on their core and adding depth. But at the same time, they're open to selling high on a player like Brown if it means gaining draft capital that can help sustain their success. Meanwhile, the Giants are eyeing big upgrades to finally push them into that upper echelon of NFC contenders, and adding a player like Brown would be a massive step in that direction. So, Giants fans, it's an exciting time. Whether this trade happens or not, the buzz around A.J. Brown and the NFC East is only going to intensify as the offseason heats up. One thing's for sure, if the Giants manage to land Brown, it would send shockwaves through the league, and we'd all be talking about how this move redefined their Super Bowl chances. Keep your eyes peeled because this story is far from over and it could be one of the biggest headlines of the offseason. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest New York Giants news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, New York Giants fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Do you think the Giants should make a move for A.J. Brown if the opportunity presents itself? Would you trade a first-round pick and a third for a player of his caliber? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Giants. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest New York Giants news.